Welcome, everybody. My name is Mike Wood. I'm going to be your presenter today, and we are going to talk a little bit about Facebook and some of the resources that can be gained there. What I would like um, to start with is just talking a little bit about the popularity of Facebook and how much it's used, and resources that you can gain. That's really what we're ultimately going to talk about. We're going to cover two different things. We're going to talk about groups on Facebook that you can join, and we're going to talk about finding free items on Facebook. Okay, so this is one of my Facebook pages. When you get a website, creating a Facebook page will be a very valuable thing for you to do to help gain some notoriety and create, get your likes. As you can see, I've got here, uh, and just comment to people out there. And so it's a great way to share information about your website. Well, it's also a great way for people to interact in other ways. There are several options out here that you might look for to help you in your eBay business. And since that's what we focus on is eBay, we're going to, in my webinars, we're going to talk a bit about that as we get things started here. So I'm going to start with groups. In fact, I'd like to just make a note here. Let me just open a quick document so that I don't forget what I'm going to be sharing with you. And so what we're going to do today as we go through this is we're going to talk about finding eBay groups, free stuff groups, bartering groups, yard sale groups, and so on. Okay. So those are going to be some of the main things that we'll look at. And my eBay just decided to go crazy here and stuff. That's great. Glad to hear those cha-chings. I hope you guys hear that as you're working on your business. So let's start with eBay groups. So we're going to start with just doing a search here. So you come up here to the search at the top, and we'll put in eBay. eBay as a company right there. Here's an eBay sellers for Australia. If you're in Australia, you can join that group. It's a closed group, so you'll have to ask to join. eBay Radio Party and Conference. I'm not sure what that one is there, but we'll check that and see what we can find here. It's a public group. Many, many thanks to all of those who came to Vegas and helped make the 7th Annual eBay Radio Party and Conference a success. All right, so they're talking about eBay stuff. So they've got eBay seller tips here. So this would be a good group to join just to kind of glean some general information. You might find some great details and info on some of these groups here. Sometimes it may not be the greatest. So use your best judgment as you look at that. Take it all with a grain of salt, but sometimes you can find some great options. One of the things that I would encourage you to look for is see if you can find groups in your area. So here I did a search and added the word Utah, my state. And if each of you would like to go and post in your question section there, post your state for me, then we'll look up some of your states. So here we have Northern Utah eBay Sellers Meetup Group. So this is a public group. And you can join this group and then get together with people in the Utah area. Okay, so this kind of group might be a good one if you can find something like that in your area. Let's try again. eBay Utah. So we've got eBay Data Center. We've got eBay. That's the company again. And that looks like somebody else with an eBay account. So, and then you can use bordering states as well. So some of you started putting your states in there. So let's look for eBay Virginia. And it looks like they've got a location there in Martinsville, Virginia, which I wasn't aware of. And I'm not sure why we've got people putting their name and then eBay in parentheses on here. That appears to be just an individual. And yeah, it just looks like a private individual there, so not necessarily anything that we want to be working with. So let's go back. Let's try eBay New Jersey. We'll try with NJ. And we'll try New Jersey. Okay, and I'm not seeing anything come up specifically there. Minnesota we've got here. And this is something that I would encourage you to check maybe once a month, because you'll have new groups come on, and you could even start your own group if you wanted, and begin a group and kind of attract people in there. So Beyond the Awning eBay store, my eBay page, Minnesota Mike 57 eBay. So there's some possible networking opportunities there. So there looks like they're talking about some different ideas. Now this person's got an eBay store here, so it looks like maybe this is a private individual just promoting their eBay more than anything. Okay. But if you can find a group like this, Utah eBay sellers, and that's a good one to put in. Let's put in eBay sellers. There's a website. Here's a closed group in Australia. Here's a public group. Here's another public group. Former eBay sellers, eBay selling feed, eBay sellers product service, eBay USA sellers, local business. So each of these are opportunities for you to kind of network and go out and join these groups if needed, like them, to follow, so that you can watch what they have going on. Sometimes it's just going to be general information. Sometimes it might be against eBay. eBay's got a lot of quirky things, and sometimes they'll make their sellers angry and upset, and people will get and that looks like something of what you're seeing here. And so you'll see articles like that sometimes. Don't pay too much attention to that. Don't spend time reading it. What you're looking for is information and networking that will help you in finding sources for products that you can sell on eBay. That's really what you're looking for, is kind of the opportunity to network with other eBay sellers. Okay, so that's really what I think you should be looking for there. All right, so let's check another one here. Public group, join group. So you can click and join the group and become part of the group. So doing that will allow you to network a bit, to kind of get to know other people and what they're doing, and especially when you find a group that's in your particular area. So that's one thing I would encourage you to do to help build the business there, to build your eBay business. Okay. All right. Let's look at another approach. What about? Oh, and I should have left your your states up there. I just deleted those, but maybe I can remember. So we can do free stuff. Sometimes you'll find groups like that. So free stuff Utah, closed group, free stuff public group, free stuff Finder, free stuff unlimited, free stuff world. These right here are probably just junk. They're going to have all kinds of people who are joining that group are really people who are trying to get you to put your information out somewhere, for supposed free stuff. What we want to look for is things like this: stuff for sale or free in Bridlington, free stuff Utah, free stuff public group, something like that. And a lot of those free stuff groups are still going to have a lot of that junk in there too. So this one is one that you've got to join the group. It's a closed group, so you click join. Since this is in Utah, I'll go ahead and click that, and then it's pending, and so they've got to approve me to become part of that group. And then once I'm part of that free stuff group, then I'll be able to view what anybody is putting up there, as well as search for my own or post my own stuff. Okay, so I'll see if they have. So they haven't responded yet. So that's one that you can do. So let's look at some of your areas again. Free stuff, Virginia. Free stuff in Virginia Beach. Free stuff, Chester, Colonial Heights, Hopewell, Pittsburgh, Giles County, Virginia. Free stuff, Northern Virginia. Free stuff, Virginia free stuff page. So closed group, closed group, closed group. Closed groups are really good because that means they've got somebody who's monitoring things, and they're keeping a lot of the junk out of there. You get these communities, and sometimes you get a lot of garbage posts in there, and stuff that isn't near as valuable for us. Looking for jars for canning pints or quarts, please email me with contact information, location Cambridge. So they're looking for something. Free cedar wood available from 2 cedar trees. So there's an item that is available, and you can call or email them. Let's see. Pet needs a new home. Sorting through mother's belongings. There are lots of items that seem too good to toss, but not very valuable. I'm hoping someone might want them. Hey, that might be something worth doing. And they're just putting an address up there, and I'm not sure what these. They're trying to link to a Craigslist link. It looks like with some of these, and those links aren't coming up very well when they do that. So anyway, there's some that you could look at for free stuff. Let's try free stuff in New Jersey. Free stuff Central and North New Jersey. Free stuff New Jersey. Another one that you could try is yard sale groups, and you could do same kind of thing. New Jersey yard sale. Online yard sale, Central New Jersey online yard sale, New Jersey yard sale, Berlin, New Jersey online yard sale, New South Jersey yard sale. So there's all these groups that get put up there where people offer things as though it's a yard sale, but it's just online. Okay, we have some of those here in Utah that I've used, that I am a part of. Maybe we can look at some of that. So here's one, Utah County and surrounding area yard sale. And so this is one that I have joined. Once you've joined, you'll see this join section up here. If you join, then it usually defaults to follow it. There's for sale posts in here, and you can list or see all of those. So there might be items in here that people are offering at a price that's good enough that you could buy it and resell it on eBay. That's definitely a possibility. Okay, and then they're going to have a lot of these opportunities and stuff there too. Generally speaking, I would recommend ignoring any of that. I wouldn't mess with it. Let's just use this to look for things. Okay, so yard sales, free stuff, those are all options that you can look at. Free stuff, Minnesota. If I haven't looked at your area, put it back in for me. So there's a free stuff closed group, Minnesota. Detroit Lakes, an area of free stuff closed group. Maple Grove, Minnesota free stuff. Minnesota free stuff and small rehome fee for animals. I'm not sure what that is. But lots of groups out there. And like I say, check it periodically, because you'll have groups that will, new groups that will come up every now and then as well. So you'll have other groups that can be beneficial for you. So that's something that I would look at. Then we've got, let's see, we can choose maybe online seller groups and see if there's online sellers. Utah, don't have anything in Utah. What about Minnesota? Nothing in Minnesota. New Jersey? Nothing in New Jersey. Oh, New Jersey online sellers we do have. So maybe I just need to finish typing it out. So we have some stuff there. Virginia, just individuals. So, okay, so those are some of the searches you can do, and these groups can be helpful for you in finding items that you might sell. So eBay groups. Let's recap this just a little bit. This is something where you can join or create a eBay group, an eBay seller group. Join or create eBay seller groups for networking. Okay. You can well, that's the main thing you're going to do with the eBay related groups or eBay seller groups. eBay seller, eBay sellers. Those are some of the different terms you might use there. And then, of course, we could use terms like online sellers, online seller, and stuff like that. Then look for free stuff groups. With the free stuff groups, that's going to be one where, of course, you're going to look for items that have value and are free. And you will find people giving away stuff, especially clothing. A lot of times that can still have value and something that you could sell on eBay. So you're looking for items that you can resell on eBay, free and have value for selling on eBay, or look for items that have value that you can refurbish and sell locally. So that's another option. It's not eBay strictly, but if you want to do something like that, there's some possibilities there. I have a friend who does that. A close friend of my wife's actually, and she's often posting in some of these groups. I'll see if I can find a recent post from her if she's posted in the last. Well, unfortunately, this would be probably the last few hours is all it's showing here. But she'll post in one of the yard sale groups the stuff that she has available, and she does some different craft things. So anyway, she'll put up there things like she does lately a lot of wreaths, door wreaths that she's doing, and that she sells through Facebook. But she's also refurbished furniture, and we just bought a table and chair set from a lady who that's all she does is buy used furniture, old beat up furniture, and refinishes it and then sells it. And we're actually thinking about doing that with this set that we picked up. We may just redo it and then put it back out there for sale, make it a little nicer. So that's something that, if you have that interest or talent and you want to do something like that, it's another way to bring in some income. All right, let's get back here. Bartering groups. Bartering, can sometimes help you find something that you could sell. Let's put in just barter and see what we have. Barter Theater, Barter Barber, Barter Kings, Barter Utah. Utah Trade and Barter, Trade and Barter Northern Utah. So put your state in there again, and you might find stuff like here's a barter club, Utah County Barter Post. So people that have items that they just want to kind of barter and trade, that's something that you might do. If you had something that you felt like you couldn't sell on eBay, maybe you have a large item, maybe there's a piece of furniture, for example, and it's got a value, but not something you could ship. You could either sell it on Craigslist or local classifieds, or you could go in here and barter it and possibly find trade it for something that you could sell on eBay. Okay. A lot of these companies or groups will have their rules up at the top in a pinned post. And so maybe you've got a desk or something that some furniture that you can barter. You could put it up here and or come in and look at one of these groups and see if you can find something that is available, and then offer your item. Here's some lovely Halloween decor. Halloween is coming up. They want $60. They've got it in here in the bartering page, so maybe they'd be willing to barter something for it. Okay, so if you had something, you could put it out there as a barter. Here's a hat that somebody's got up there. That would be something that's shippable that we could do on eBay. So bartering is another option. Let's do this with Minnesota. Whoops, let's spell it right. Minnesota Barter, nonprofit organization. Barter Northwest Minnesota, Minnesota Barter, Minnesota Swap and Barter. So there are some resources there for something that might work. What about Virginia? Barter Trade and Sell, Barter, Virginia Farm Barter, Ginny Burns Barter. So there's some actual names there going on. So, and then one of you had New Jersey, Barter Swap Online, Central Southern New Jersey. Okay, so there are some options and some resources with barter options. So with this, you're looking to find products to trade that you can then sell or gain something of more value for an item that you have. And then the yard sale groups are one where you'll often find low-priced items to resell. Okay. Now these aren't foolproof. This isn't going to be like a guaranteed way for you to go about the business, but they can be very helpful. The networking groups are powerful. That's really big. That's something that I would really encourage you to look at. Networking and getting the word out about what you do and getting to know other people is very beneficial. I'll give you just a little bit of an example on that. So this is my one of my websites. It's not my eBay necessarily, but a website that I run, and it's an education site where I'm giving information, and then I do paid tours to teach people about wild plants and stuff out in the wilderness in Utah. And I network with other groups. So I'll go out and find groups that are interested in the prepping or homesteading or plants and gardening and wilderness and hiking, camping, trekking, all that kind of stuff, and cross promote and answer questions in those groups, and then promote my my page in some of those groups. Some of those groups actually have been set up to promote. So that's something that you can do as well, is just kind of network with some of those like-minded people in some of the interests that you have to find sources or products. And networking for eBay in general is a great way to go if you can find online sellers, eBay sellers, things like that, to just brainstorm together, get other people's ideas, look at some of the things that they have done and sold, so that it gives you some ideas. Okay, Another one we might look at is eBay items. eBay items, Anaheim, California. eBay selling feed. Some of these may be eBay unique, unusual items, collectible. eBay sellers and buyers advertise your items in a public group. Um, Auction items, store app for eBay sellers, even better than eBay. Items for sale, better than eBay. Clothing items for sale. So different groups that are out there, uh, and there are a lot of people in these groups. And if you can, well, let's go. If you can get to public groups, that shouldn't be too hard to, then at least we can see the information without joining closed groups. You can't see the content unless you join it and they approve you. So here you can see some ideas of what some people have sold, and might get you a little bit of ideas. There's an interesting one right there. What's that? Balkans, Dalmatian, sage, smudge, herb, loose, cluster, incense. That's something we've looked at in some of our webinars before. So it can give you ideas of what you're looking or what you might look to sell, but it can also help you in networking with other people, like-minded individuals, because a lot of times they'll put up information there for you. Did you know you can get free Amazon products to test and review? Here is one of my favorite sites to get these products. It might be, not quite as good as it sounds, but it might be worth a little bit of time possibly. So sometimes you'll get some of that kind of posting and information. So gives you some good resources for networking there. So I hope that is helpful. Again, this is something that's ever growing. Facebook is a living entity, so these things are going to grow more and more. Another one you might look at when you come into one of these groups, you join one or look at it, you'll see a suggested groups section over here. And here we have an online sales and advertising group. We have a work from home. I wouldn't mess with any of those work from home groups. They're just full of garbage ads, basically. Classified ads junction, where people talk about posting classified ads, might be valuable. So some of those other groups that you see there suggested could be helpful for you. And then if you find that you've gotten into a group that you just don't want to follow anymore, you can come up where it says you're following, and you can just click unfollow. And that way you won't be shown any of the information from those groups again. So recap. eBay groups, eBay sellers, eBay seller, online sellers, online seller. These are the types of groups that you can use to join them or create one for yourself just to kind of network a little bit with other people. Free stuff groups, free Utah, free stuff Utah, insert your state, of course. Those, you might even see some for free and then your state, but use some of those types of terms to find items that people who just want to get rid of and they're given away in your area. And you might even try a local city with some of that too. In fact, let's do that. If we do a search for free stuff, American Fork. American Free Stuff. American Fork is a local city. American Fork Free Stuff Sale. There you go. Closed group. You can join the group. Okay. So you might find that just by searching your city as well as your state. So let's put some notes on here on that, and I'll leave this up as we end the webinar. Search different variations of the terms. For example, free stuff, Utah, free Utah, for free Utah, and then replace, try replacing the state with a local city. And those are some things you can look at. And then, again, changing the, eBay group, eBay seller, eBay sellers, any other terms you can think of, online sellers, online seller, eBay power seller, eBay network, eBay Commerce Network, Product or Service, eBay Partner Network, Selling Network, Bonanza, Etsy, Zibla, eBay, and more. There you go, Selling Network. That's one that we could do. So you could use that, Selling Network, eBay Network. And then remember, try replacing your state or city after those search words, okay? So I'll leave this here for just a moment, and of course, if you watch the recorded version of this, these items will show there, so you'll be able to see this information presented there as well. If there are any questions, go ahead and put them in there. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.